You need to use an agent when setting up a business bank account here in Dubai for your free zone company or your mainland company is the biggest load of nonsense that I've ever heard in my life. This is something that comes up so much and people have literally set up businesses around this. I have no problem at all where people have set up legitimate companies and they're doing it because it's a convenience factor for people. There are busy entrepreneurs and investors all over the world who would rather just pay for someone to sort the problem out for them. You think about, why don't you do your own cleaning? Why haven't you done your own research for setting up your own company in Dubai rather than listening to my YouTube videos, for example? Why do the people back in the UK use estate agents when they don't need to use an estate agent to sell their house? It's about the convenience factor, and I get it. But what I do not like whatsoever are the people who put fear factor into people, making out like it's such a complicated process for you to set up your bank account in Dubai, because it's not, or certainly not for most people. The clients that I have who I've set up companies for in Dubai, and also people who I've referred directly into IFSA, many of them who've set up their companies in Dubai and have now opened bank accounts, they, just like me, have found the process pretty damn simple to do it. Now, I have my personal bank account in the UAE and the business bank account with Wio Bank. They're like a challenger bank. They're quite young. I think they're like 2 years old at the time of this recording. They are regulated and registered out here in the UAE. There's also the more traditional banks out here in the UAE who I haven't used. I tried a couple of them who their process was a bit more clunky, but certainly with Wio, I literally filled in my details. It's all app based. You know, you're used to this. It had a simple process to enter your information on the app, and then within a day or two, my account was open. I certainly know that with my clients, I've done a video on it, which is available to my clients on the back end once they've set up their companies. It just shows you the process really quickly on how to do that. It doesn't really actually even warrant a video. It's simple enough for you just to do it yourself. Now, if you try to open up a bank account in the UK, it is just as hard. And when I say hard, it's not that hard, but you're likely to come up with the same sort of objections where they want to find out a bit more about what you're doing or get some proof about what your business is doing. And in fact, in the UK, you may find it's even harder to set up a business bank account sometimes, because in the UK, you do not have the strict trade restrictions that you have in the UAE. So in the UK, you can set up a company and pretty much do anything you want once that company is set up. In the UAE, that's definitely not the case, not unless you're breaking the law and working outside of what your trade license actually allows you to do. So I would say to anyone who's considering using an agent or a consultant to set up a bank account in the UAE, look at setting up your bank account with somewhere like Wio, try Henriques Bank, try ACDB or whatever they're called. If you are coming out here looking to set up a bank account, you do need to understand that if you have a business in the UAE and you don't have a residency visa, that's going to be your first hurdle in getting your bank account set up. You do need Emirates ID. Okay, that's the first thing. You need Emirates ID for you to set up a bank account here in Dubai. So if you haven't got your Emirates ID and you haven't got your residency visa, go and get that first. Once you've got that, you should find the process pretty simple. For most people and most businesses, it shouldn't be an issue. You shouldn't need a third party to help you with this process. It will take you just as long to give your consultant or the agent the information as it would for you just to put it on the app yourself. And that's why for my company here in the UAE, Handler Zone, which does the company setups and the visa setup, we're not doing bank account setups with people. I'm just not doing it. Anyway, if you've got any stories about setting up a bank account in Dubai, that maybe there's things that I haven't heard of which are common, which is why people are using consultants as opposed to just doing it themselves. But none of my clients have had an issue with setting up the bank account directly through the app with Wio. Other people I know have chosen other banks and they've not had an issue. I didn't have an issue. I don't know why you would, unless there's something about your business that's a bit dodgy, a bit sketchy or whatever. But it shouldn't be, because it's been authorized and you've got a trade license in the UAE if you're trying to open up a UAE business bank account. Perhaps if you're a foreign company and you are trying to set up a bank account in the UAE, you might need help there. I don't know that you could just do that straight through the app. Maybe Wio don't even accept people like that. But for most other people, if you set up a free zone company in Dubai or a mainland company in Dubai, you're not going to have an issue opening up a bank account, provided you've got your Emirates ID and you're not lying about what your business is actually doing. So anyway, if that was helpful, please like, subscribe, comment, send it to someone who you know who might be considering paying someone to open up their bank account, unless it literally is for convenience reasons and they're not being scaremongered into, oh, it's so complicated and all these bad, terrible things are going to happen if you don't pay for a consultant to do it for you, because it's probably not going to happen like that. And it's probably smooth as anything. My name's Henriques. Like and subscribe. If you need help setting up your company in Dubai or getting residency visas, check the links in the description for ways to get help.